Right. Let's see. Hello everyone. Welcome to the stream. Hopefully everyone can see everything. Let's just see what that's like. Hello Richard from New Junction. Welcome to the stream. Good evening. Good evening Dundee Road and welcome to the stream. I don't know how this is going to pan out. I'm not sure if it's this one I should do or this one. Let's have a look, see. Hello John Warner and hello Honor Mulder and welcome to the stream. How are we all doing tonight? We all good? I'm just trying to work out what's the best way because the light's kind of in the way. Yeah, it's actually quite nice here today. Yeah, it has. It's been really nice today. Yeah, it's a bit of a glare today. Hang on a second. Let's see if I all of this. That will be. Just trying to see. Hello, Napton Hall. If I do it like that. Let's see. Is that better? Knackered after a day of gardening. Well, then you must have had a good day as well. Are we all good now? Is this a bit better? Yeah, it's very muggy here. So today we're talking about Sratchbuilding Part 3. So I guess we'll give it a few more and then we'll see who's around and then we'll get on with it really. So you've got lots to drink, John. You've got some water, plenty of water and stuff. Hello, Michael Tanguy. Welcome to the stream this evening. Thank you for joining in. So we're just going to make a bit of a start in a minute. And we're going to see what's cooking. It's going to be quite... Hello, John 6667s. Good evening and welcome to the stream. So today is going to be a relatively light one. Because we're not too far off, to be honest. And hello, Cheryl Henley, welcome to the stream. And yeah, so today it's not going to be too. At least I don't think so, to be honest. These things have a habit of kind of taking away with us. So what we're going to talk about today and what we're going to do is. I don't know if any of you caught my video from yesterday, but basically I said I gave you a quick preview. Basically, it was just to carry on with the scratch build, and thank you for all those of you who've commented on that, and that's much appreciated and most welcome. And so I've just kind of moved. Hello, Alan, and welcome to the stream. And thank you for the impromptu shout out yesterday today on your video. So it was kind of a bit weird, a bit surreal, seeing my face in the background of your video, but thank you very much. It's quite strange that, but yeah, thank you. And welcome to the stream. Right, so the last time I was on here doing this live streaming bit, basically I'd used the mascot, and which inadvertently exploded on me yesterday when I opened it. I was struggling so much to try and get this open because this stuff is like really sticky. And basically what happened is when I tried to pull it out, it just actually one end went ping, and so some of it ended up all over, splattered all over. Luckily it was just landed on the table where I've got my not so very good sort of like working area. So and I think I've inadvertently, no it's not, it's my hair. Right, so when I last saw you, I did inadvertently slapped on some of this onto the roof of my scratch build to leave it so we can do the rust effects today, which is what we're doing. We're doing the rust effects. So in the meantime, I'm going to show you what I've been doing because I have moved it on a little bit. So this is how it is currently as things stand. I've put a limited clearance sign here and here. I've also added a ladder, which was kindly provided to me by the sprue that that Tony Northeastern had given me, so I made use out of that. I also had another little mini project on the go to go along with this, so I'll show you that briefly. Also, I did the modification and I blocked out one of the windows on each side like I said I was going to, which is what I've done. And I've blended that all in the same way as I did the rest of it, as I've shown you in previous scratch builds. So one of the other bits that I've done, which is a little mini project which I've done, which I showed you yesterday, which was the Gauge Master platform carriage, which I put some wooden planking on it. So if I just show you, I've now installed that. I've glued that on the side there. So now that's in there. So now that's kind of got somewhere for the people to offload the coal and all the rest of it. And the steps I made sure is facing the door, so you can come in and climb up the steps and do what they need to do. So hang on a minute. It's just, that's it. So that's just made it a bit more clearer. Hello, Gail Gong Hall. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, it's been really productive actually. I've really enjoyed doing this. It's been really good. I've really enjoyed it. And hang on a minute, I think it's actually up here, isn't it? Yeah, that's it. Let me just make sure this camera's clean, because sometimes it's... Let's see, let's clarify that. Yeah, so one of the reasons why I blacked out this the sides here is because on one of the photos I saw, there was like a crane coming out from here, which went onto the inside and went through the roof. Now, if I just show you the underneath, you can see the paint effects that I've done there. And like I said, you can see the carriage siding there, which I've just glued to the side there. So, and like I said, it had the wooden sticks. So to go along with this little scratch build, so that was one of the little mini projects, the little platform. Now to go with the other little mini project, I actually did the water tower. And again, I've just done a few spots here and there. I've toned it down. Thank you, Steve, very much. I've also used, you might not be able to pick it up, but basically I've grinded it up and dirtied it up. And so that's what I've done with that. I don't know if it really picks it up. Let me see if you can see the dirt. I don't know. So that's basically what we're going to be doing today. So that was the other little mini project that I was doing. So put that there for now. So thank you, John. So how do we basically go about doing the rust effects? So this is where it gets a bit tricky because the lighting here isn't particularly fantastic. So we'll see. I don't know if I can. So it's going to be better for me slightly, but I'm not sure how it is for you guys. So when I did the mascot, hello Stuart, welcome to the Stuart Barnard, welcome to the stream. I don't know if you can see it, but oops, there goes one of my limited clearance signs, so I'm going to have to glue that back on. That's fine. Hello Anthony from Strathmore Junction, welcome to the stream. So basically you can sort of, I don't know if you can, but usually when you use the mascot, you can sort of see it where you've put it on, because it kind of bubbles up. And then basically, I'm going to use an analogy that probably isn't the right analogy, but it's kind of apt. It's almost like you're picking a spot. It's kind of like that really. And what I'm going to do is we're going to see if we can get you down so we can stop. Right, we're all good, are we? All right, let's see if that works. Hello, CSX Rensville. Welcome to the stream. Right, so what I'm using here is an old knife, and what you're doing is basically where you've put the mascot is basically where you pick it, and you're kind of just scraping it off really. And like I said, I have to look at this properly because like I said, all you're doing, and even using your thumb, as you can see, it's kind of like being peeled away. You can see a big splodge there. As you can see, look, even I can see without really looking at it. You can see there's a spot there, there's a spot there, there's a big spot there, and basically you just work your way around the building to wherever you put these spots. And that's why I painted the red oxide underneath. So you're just kind of like picking at it. And it doesn't really matter. Hey, David Jones, welcome to the stream. So if I just show you so far, you can sort of see that bits and pieces are starting to crop up. These little paint effects, they're starting to come up. And they just start popping up everywhere, depending on where you've put your mascot. Even I'm having trouble tonight trying to find the mascot. And just using this old knife just to scrape it off. He sort of starts revealing wherever you've put the mascot. It's a bit of a tedious job, I'll be honest. Oh, there you go, there's a real big chunk there. Look, that's kind of really gone now. Look. So, and you go around the building. Usually you can tell because when you use the mascot and you paint over it, it leaves like a little bubble. So then it's almost like a blister, and you kind of look at that, and you kind of, like sometimes if you put, I've got to be a bit careful not to end up damaging the inside as well. So there's also some bits there. All you're doing is just peeling it off. It's like a mask. There's quite a big bit there. So, and that's what you're doing, and you go around the whole building doing that until you kind of reveal everything that you've done. And to be honest with you, even I'm having a bit of trouble trying to find out where I've put everything. But I can see some blisters there. Thing is with card, I'm a little bit conscious about doing this on the card because I don't want to scratch or put a hole through it, so I'm just literally just scraping the top layer and then sort of using my thumb to sort of that needs to be glued back in as well. And also there's some here, I think. Is there some here? Let's see where else we put the mascot. I've done a good job of hiding the mascot by the looks of things. so you can sort of see where it is. And there's also that's just popped as well. Sometimes they pop, sometimes they don't. I think that one is quite a big blister as well. Oh, there you go, look. It's just blistered out. I knew you were there. I think there's another one around here somewhere. But because this was brush painted, it's quite difficult to even tell. And that's another little bit there. And you just keep picking at it, all the bits that you put there. To be honest with you, you can see it. It's just sometimes it's just a bit like you have to sort of really. To be fair, the lighting here isn't the best, so we've got to be a bit sort of careful with this. But yeah, there's another little bit. Sometimes it's a bit of like a eureka moment. The thing is, I was actually quite subtle with this. I didn't actually put a huge amount of mascol. If you make it more obvious, then it's easier to take off. But then again, you get bigger pieces coming off. If you do it quite lightly, then it becomes difficult to spot. So I didn't want to, it's finding that balance of finding, of putting too much and being heavy-handed with it, because sometimes you can get really, really big chunks. So this has gone right in the, oh, look at that. That really pinged there. So yeah. I'm not really particularly bothered about when it comes away how much of the paint it takes off. It doesn't really. Oh gosh, geez, I don't know if you even saw that on the camera. That kind of pinged as well. And you kind of. Now I wasn't particularly careful where I put the mascol on this. I literally just put dabs here and there, and oh, that one's gone as well. So just on this side, just so you can see, there's some bits there on the side there. So as you can see, there's some on the top, and then there's some on the front here, and there's a little bit on the back. So basically all you're doing is working your way around the building, and all it does is adding all these effects. And there's another bit there, I can see it's bubbled. That's usually a sure sign. When it's bubbled, it's like a blister. You kind of pick at it. Just get an old knife and sometimes you can just run your thumb through it and you start rolling it off. I think there's another bit here actually. Oh, look at that. That really did blister, that one. Look at that. So this one on the end, that's the one I've literally just did, and that one really just blistered. Keith, those, I did take a look at the depot that you asked me to look at, and I think I mentioned it in the last video, and you've now given me some alternative ideas as well, which is a good thing and not a good thing, to be honest. But it was great. I mean, that shed that you asked me in, I think Stockport, it looked remarkably similar. Oh, that one's going to ping as well. That's definitely. So what I'm doing now is the same techniques. Hello Herman, welcome to the stream, all the way from Sweden. I think so. Maybe I said this wrong, but hello anyway. Welcome, Herman. And I think is that we've got a bit on here. No, that's so. There's a few sort of spots here. There isn't that much on this side, to be honest. Hello, Philip. Welcome to the stream, and hello, David Atkins. Also, welcome to the stream. And to be honest with you, you could probably just run your knife anyway, just slowly, just to reveal bits and pieces, even without the mascot, because it'll probably chip away quite easily. So let's see. I'm sure I did more on the top, but I was quite subtle on the top. I knew I was quite subtle on it. Now just run my thumb, and that will kind of reveal even more because that just takes the mascot off it. You just see that. See, that's the remains of the mascot. So I thought I'd put some mascot on the side here. This one needs to be glued back, this ladder, which I will do afterwards. Unfortunately, that came as a separate piece, that's why it's broken. And I inadvertently turned it on its head, not realising I put it on. Right, that's another piece. Right, so this is what I've done for now. So you can see thank you. Okay. Yeah, I didn't, to be honest with you, like I said, I actually, funnily enough, I don't know if I mentioned this yet. I did mention it on yesterday's stream. I did actually bump into Phil Parker from BRM, and I had a good chat with him, and I told him about this building that I was doing, and told him that I got it from Burnden Park. I didn't realise that Stockport, I think it was Stockport you gave me, I think you said to me, was actually a similar thing. So basically that's what we have. We have some rust spots for now. I might be able to do some more and pick at it a bit more. And I think there's another bit, maybe. There's a bubble there. There you go, that goes. That's why you use the old knife, because you just get the point just to dig into the bubble, and then you just lift it off, and then it starts chipping away at the paint. And there you see, now I've just rolled. So what I did is I used the tip of the knife to almost pick at the bubble that you can see, and then basically lift it so it starts peeling it away, and then you can either carry on using the knife to sort of scrape it away, or you can just use it rolling your thumb, because like I said, it's like liquid masking tape, so you just keep picking at it and taking it off. So there you go. So now we've got some paint effects on there. We've got some rust spots. There's probably due to be some more somewhere along the line. And as I work on this, I can see that there's another one on the back. And there you go. It's just another little chip. Right. Okay. So we've done that. And then all I'm going to do, now I've got this, thank you, Cheryl. Yeah, I am pleased with it. So, I mean, it's getting there. I'm learning every time, and I'm quite happy to make my own buildings and stuff like that. So this is makeup, just black eyeshadow. This was like the cheapest I found this week in Boots for about £2. So I'm just basically Just sprinkling it on. Now you're just using your brush and working it in. It's as simple as that. That's really, really pinged now. That really has. Right, so I don't know if this is going to show, but yeah, thanks for that, Cheryl. So I don't know if it comes across, but basically I've sprinkled it and I've worked it into the top, and hopefully you can see that it's kind of got this sort of black tinge to it. I hope the video that's coming out. So, and that's all I've done. That's literally it. There's no rocket science to this. It's very, very simple. Again, we're just and you can put as much or as little as you want. And you just work it all in, and it just gives it this kind of really nice tinge to it. Like I said, it's the cheapest. Yeah, just don't tell your wife, Paul, that you're going to raid her cupboards. Yeah. Right, then again, it's only £2. I mean, I did see some makeup for about £4.50, but this was just the cheapest I could find. It doesn't have to be anything exciting at all. So then again, we just and I hope it does see, I don't know if it will come out, but hopefully you can see it. There's this really sort of black tinge, dirty tinge to it. What colour was this shade? Midnight Black, apparently, and it's called Makeup Obsession. I got this from Boots. It literally was Boots. It was literally the cheapest one I could find. It doesn't matter who the make is. It's literally, it doesn't, because like I said, it's just literally just the cheapest one that I could find. Oops, okay, I've put a bit more on that. And like I said, you can keep adding to it, or you can take it away or whatever, and you just keep going over it. Oops. So now I don't know if you can, I'm going to show you this end. So that's the end I haven't done, and this is, sorry, that's the end I've done, and this is the end I haven't done. So hopefully you can see the difference between the two. So that's what I haven't done, and this is what I have done. I hope I said that right. Right, so yeah, again, it is just a blusher brush. Like I said, one of the advantages of being trans, using makeup and liking model railways, it's just an old blusher brush that I had that I was going to throw out, but it basically does the job. So again, you just sprinkle it on and work it in. And I think and then basically you're just toning everything down as well, and it just gives us this nice, really nice appearance. I don't know if I did, no, I haven't done the back. You see, I can tell that I haven't done the back. So let me just do the back. Got to be careful with this ladder. Right, so that, ladies and gentlemen, is pretty much it. Apart from my hands now being a bit filthy. So yeah, so that's pretty much how that works. It hasn't cost the earth. It's household products that you can get. You know, you don't have to go to specific. Hello, Tony. Welcome to the stream. So just to recap, what we've been doing. If I just have it here, I don't know if I've got some more here that I've. So we started off with. So we've just started off with this as well, the card to make our building. Then we used this. Then we primed it with that. Then we painted it with number 70 Humbrol, which I don't have to hand at the minute, but it's number 70 Humbrol. The roof is done in number 56 Humbrol, all acrylic. And then as we're painting, we are using the talcum powder to dry it instantly, which is this. And then afterwards, obviously on the bottom, we didn't do any painting effects because obviously it's brick, but on the top, what we did is, whilst we had the red oxide, which is the rust rail match, we used some mascot on the top, let it set, it will go clear. You'll see when it's dry, because it will go clear, it will set clear. And then basically, depending on how you use it, you should be able to find yeah, yeah, maybe. You sure they're not looking at the attendants, the assistants, rather than getting the makeup? So that is pretty much how I do it. It's nothing spectacular and it's pretty easy. And all I can say is have a go. I mean, even if you just use an odd piece of card and you just wanted to try it on an odd piece of card, you don't have to physically make a building. Yeah, both. So that is it. So and that's that. So that, and then we've got the water tower to sort of complement it. And that water tower, incidentally, is a Pico water tower. Yes, it was a Pico kit, and I think the Pico kit was about £4.50 or £5. I think the Masco was another 4 or 5. But the thing is, Masco, I've had this for a long time, and just to show you how long I've had this, I did I don't know if you guys remember, I did a network rail painting conversion and also a Reaver. Let's just go up a bit. There we go. So also done an Reaver Mark IIs, which I use the Masco. So this stuff goes a long way. So when you buy this stuff and you sort of tot it up, you think, oh, it sort of does add up. But compared to what you pay for a resident building from Batman or Hornby or whatever, depending, even a little porter cabin was about £20 odd. So it just goes to show you, and you can use this stuff time and time again. This stuff will last you for ages. So you know, and it is worth having a go. And you know, if you can. Yeah, I mean, when you say Dundee Road, you mean the products that I'm using? I mean, you don't have to use expensive stuff. You don't. I mean, you can go to a lot of this was just experimentation, to be honest with you. A lot. I had heard about Mascol. Yeah, yeah. You basically, yeah. It is like I think I did show it on the. I think I did show it on the last one. Yeah, I'm not going to play with it this time out because yesterday I did exactly this and it literally flew everywhere. But yeah, you literally just take your brush and you just basically dip it in, and then you just stipple it in the areas that you want it. But to be honest with you, the best way to apply it, I think, is not to think about it. That's the key. I think is just not to think about it. Just don't worry about oh, should I put it in this corner or that corner, because then it looks too contrived. If you just sort of just stick it on and just dab it, then you get all sorts of effects. I mean, on all of this underneath, that was completely random. That I just literally spotted it wherever I wanted it. as long as it wasn't on the brickwork. The top was also just completely random, as was the sides. So that's why I was having quite a lot of difficulties finding it tonight, because I couldn't quite remember where I'd put it because it was just completely random. It is good stuff. I mean, some people use the salt version, and I'm not sure how to do that. I can't really. I've never used that because, to be honest, I've used this and I quite like using it. So thank you, MNIC1234. Thank you for your comment. Yeah, so that's what I've done, and that's pretty much. Just as a footnote to yesterday's video, those of you who've seen it, unfortunately, I bought a Class 105, and oh look, see, I'm just picking at it even now, and that's had to go back, or it's going back tomorrow. Unfortunately, it's defective, it's faulty, and which is a bit sad. But on the upside, because it had 2 decoders, it means it freed up those 2 decoders for 2 other locomotives, and one of those decoders went into my Class 33, and the other one went into my 56. However, my 56 also, yeah, no, I know it's a bit long, but like I said, it's there in one piece because that's how I prefer to record it, and then people can pick and choose it as they want. If you want to stop it and continue watching later, then fine. You know, it's each to their own. I know it can be a bit long, some of the videos, but then again, there was a lot to see and a lot to discuss, so it's not going to be done in 5 minutes. So you want to do the video some justice, rather than sort of saying here I am and not the rest of it. Thank you. Yeah, well, long videos are brilliant on the road. Well, to be honest with you, I mean, again, this is down to personal choice, so I'm not out to disrespect anybody. But for me, I personally prefer watching videos that are longer, just because I feel like you can probably be doing something or sitting down, having a meal or whatever, and you can have it going on in the background and watch it. Whereas shorter clips, sometimes it's like no sooner are you switching them on than they've already finished and they disappeared before your eyes. But that's just my own personal choice. But for those of you who don't know, yes, I do use YouTube like TV. A footnote to that is, I mean, I assume that a lot of people know, but some people might not know. It's if you've got a Chromecast, Chromecast, you can plug that in to a HD TV, and then you can basically stream it direct from your phone or your iPad direct to a TV. And so what's great about doing that is that even those with shorter clips, yeah, well, yeah, well, the thing is, if you've got John, if you've got a Chromecast, I mean, my brother kindly bought me one for Christmas, and basically it's a little round disc, and you plug it into your TV, as long as it's a HD, and you can basically connect it to your Wi-Fi, and you can basically use your phone and your iPad or whatever as a remote control to your TV. And what you can do then is you can then queue all the videos up, which is I found particularly useful with short clips. So you can queue up all these short clips of like 30 seconds or whatever. Yeah, and you can add them all up to create like a 5-minute, 10-minute video. So yeah, well, unfortunately, just changing the subject, Anthony. Yeah, that DMU, it had lighting issues. But just getting back to that. Hello, Zoob. Welcome to the stream. Say a big hello to Zoob, everybody, because Zoob is basically. I have to tell you about Zoob. He's on now, so I have to give him a very, very special welcome because he was my boss and he's also my very dear friend. And when I first transitioned in London, he was my go-to man and he helped me enormously. So a big, massive shout out and hello to Zoob and his family. So thank you for joining the stream. I'm so happy that you're on. Oh, great. That's fantastic. That's made my evening, that has. So I hope all is well in your world. And Yeah, so basically my 56 has lighting issues. And I found out that because early 56s have got the springs attached to them, and basically one of the springs wasn't making the correct contact. So on DC mode, it wouldn't work on one end, but it was work on the other end. But on DCC mode, it wouldn't work at all. So I've had to kind of readjust that. So it's all well now. And the thing is, my 56 is a very rare 56 indeed. And so, it took me a long time to get hold of it. So tonight, it's actually a relatively short stream because this is my building that I've just been making. Thank you, Zub. Yes. And just to let you guys know, I'm going to. Where am I going? I'm going to the Diesel Gala at the Watercress Line in Alton on Sunday. So if any of you guys are available, or are just thinking of going, or are gonna, or live locally, or want to turn up, or whatever, then I'll be there on the Sunday. Like I said, I had a great time meeting Steve yesterday from Steamer Model Railway, and we had a good old chat there. So thank you. So yeah, it's been a while, but I do enjoy doing it. It's coming along really, really nice. So this is basically almost the end. All I've got to do is I haven't put in any windows yet because I'm still contemplating whether I'm going to put coal chutes down the side of this building or not. I might do, or I might put some windows in. I haven't really decided. Now, the best thing to do, if you think like this, Alan from Dragon Junction, I don't know if you saw his latest video, he made a fantastic point on this video where he turned around and said, don't do things if you're not up to it, or whether or not you get frustrated, just leave things leave well enough alone. And that's the same for this. I'm still not 100% sure with the windows, whether I'm going to put chutes on them. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to place this building on the layout, and basically it will just stay there until I'm ready, until I've made some sort of decision, and then either have a eureka moment or decide one way or the other. So I'm just going to leave it. I mean, we're getting there. As my mum says, Rome wasn't built in a day. So, you know, it's so yeah. Well, Alan, it's never a true word spoken. It's true. Don't do things because you get frustrated. I was trying to sort out this DMU yesterday, and I must have spent about 2 hours on it, 3 hours on it yesterday, just trying to work out all the permutations. And the really annoying thing about that particular DMU was that you actually had to clip the body back in each time you wanted to test the lights. So this meant, and it was a pain to get off. The body was an absolute nightmare to get off as well. Even though it was 4 clips, they were like really tight. So every time you wanted to test the lights, you had to literally clip the whole thing back together again, test it, go, oh, it still doesn't work, then go through all the hassle of unclipping it again, and then you still do it yet again if it doesn't work. And that's what was the frustration of it. It was, so I've decided to say goodbye to it. So I'm now thinking I might be getting something else to replace it, but I haven't yet decided. And I just wanted to say today's project. Thank you, Alan. Thank you so much. And good luck with your prodigy if you decide to go down that road. I'm happy with mine. It does still have its niggles here and there. I think a lot of it is to do, there is a lot of chip related issues. And I think Brian from Canal Sidings actually did do a stream. Thank you. I'm still, and basically he did a video on the chips, and he's basically, I think there is some relation, there is some connection to why some locos go shooting off on the actual inherent programming of the chips, which he used through JMRI, which I have to sort of investigate further. £310. Yeah, I'm pretty certain that's roughly when I checked it out. If you try Amazon, I don't know if it's any cheaper on Amazon, Alan. It might be, rather than to just shop around. Basically, is what I'd say. And so I'm glad, John 6667, you are enjoying the live streams, because I'm still trying to work out my laptop and get to grips with it. I had yesterday's video was my very first proper full-length video that I did recorded via the laptop, which is why some of the credits of different styles slightly. I'm still trying to get to grips with that. I'm not overly happy with it because it's taking far too long to upload, but then again, it was a long video. But I do like the live interaction with everybody. So I'm going to leave it there. And we've only been going for 45 minutes, which is quite a rare thing for me. you sub an hour. so so yeah. So yeah, I'm going to leave it like that, everybody. And I'd like to thank you for joining me tonight. And I don't know when the next stream is going to be on, the next live one, or what it's going to be about, or anything like that. But I do enjoy the live streams. It is pretty fun and getting your interaction, and yeah, and like I said, it's been really good. And I'm glad that you've enjoyed my scratch build, and hopefully, what I've been doing will give some of you guys the confidence, or at least give it a go, and see how far you get on. So let me give you a last proper look of it. And we'll just show you the front. So that's the front. That's that side. That's the back. That's the other side. That's the inside underneath. If I just do it like that. And basically, where's the other bit? And the little water tower crane to go with it. Yeah, actually, good point, Paul. Because I did have a little chat with a few people, and I did say, on my conversations with people, that I have been taking some still shots as I've been going along. Can't remember if I did take some off the water crane, because the water crane was shown in the red oxide actually. Yet in yesterday's video, so you could see that. I mean, that's just nothing. That was just basically sprayed over in the red oxide. But I have got some still shots because I am aware that the stream doesn't necessarily show up fantastically. The quality of the video, the resolution isn't as good as when you do it recorded. So I have got a number of still shots which are all on my phone. And what I'm going to probably do is do some sort of maybe when this is all pretty much done and dusted, which is near enough. I will probably more than likely put them all together and just put a little video of all the still shots that I have. Unfortunately, I haven't got the still shots from the very, very, very beginning when I actually marked it out on the card because, well, basically, to be honest with you, I didn't know what I was doing, and it was literally pretty much a shot in the dark what I was doing. I sort of had a rough idea. Yeah, and the next stream can be building a new junction one. Yeah, well, you're kind of being a bit ambitious, aren't you? You're kind of going for something kind of a bit big. So I don't know. Well, I don't know if I could pull it off, but then again, I did pull off Beranger Station. So who knows? Like I said, if you put your mind to it, slowly catch your monkey, as they say. So good night from Ringwood South. Thank you so much for joining in. And like I said, have a look out for my video on Sunday. And like I said, if you're at the Watercress line, by all means, turn up and say hello. And I'd like to thank everybody who's taken the time to watch my videos and for commenting and just taking part, because it all makes it so much more enjoyable to do. And thank you so much, everybody. So bye from Ringwood South. And thank you so much, Sue, for turning up. You've really made my evening. So take care, my lovely, and everybody on the stream. And I can't wait to see the next time I see you all. So take care. Ta-ta for now, as they say. Bye.